Right, gentlemen, good evening. We
Good evening.
convene once again. We missed yesterday, just God knows why. Partly me, partly everyone, you know. But we missed a lot. India got bowled out yesterday. Yes, they got bowled out yesterday, and they went about bowling out England as well. And within the same day, we're batting once again. So India ended on 329. Top scorer obviously was Rohit Sharma. Rishabh Pant added a little bit near the end, but wasn't much he could do. The rest of the batsmen around him just fell like flies. England, in their response, mustered up a 1-3-4 all out in just short of 60 overs. India then came out to bat again and ended the day, I believe it was something like 40 odd for one, somewhere on those lines. Coming into today, India have batted hard, and thanks to a wonderful Ravi Chandran Ashwin 100, have set England a target of 482, to which they are 53 for 3 in response. So, first things first, why did England do so badly first time round on that pitch? I think that's the first question we've got to ask.
Pitch in their head, really. It wasn't as bad as it wanted it to be.
Oh yeah, the world wants this pitch to be so bad, but it's actually not, in my opinion.
It's not that bad, yeah. It's just perception. It's really play, but once you've got a partnership, it's easy. Or it's easier than when you came in. So if you saw the way, what's his name? Folks, Ollie Pope, they all batted well.
It feels like you almost have to attack. Be
No,
positive.
but I think this is where this has been the downfall. I think they've been too aggressive. There's aggression.
England.
Yeah, I think they're. I like the intent, but sometimes just settle in yourself before you start to try and unsettle a
I
bowler.
think there's different ways in how you can. So when the ball's spinning in England, it's mainly spin,
JP,
and
sorry,
bounce.
you were saying.
No, so I was saying that I think the way English players play spin, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think they do it the best when it's not turning and bouncing. When it's only turning, the sweep shot is ideal. It's an aggressive shot. You can kind of play that. But when it's turning and bouncing, you've got to use your feet and play the sweep. And I think they don't really use their feet effectively enough. I think Root's probably got the ability to. Folk showed that he had, and Pope showed that he had. But I think in that innings, they went to the sweep early and they kept going to the sweep where they should have tried to put the bowlers off their length, use their feet slightly.
When the batsmen were positive and, like you said, JP, using their feet, it almost looked easier. Even Siraj at the end there, when he was tonking it, positive on his moving his feet, getting to the pitch.
Apologies.
I think England showed that they could do it themselves. The partnership with Folkes and Pope, that was a good partnership. They looked comfortable. They didn't look like getting out because they were both smart the way they used their feet, the way they manoeuvred the ball. It was only that strangle down leg against Siraj first ball, great catch by Pant, that broke that partnership. Otherwise, they looked comfy. Folks didn't get out, did he? It was not out.
Not out 42.
42 not out, right?
Let me check that. Sorry, I had some technical issues there, so we may have lost a minute.
You've lost what?
We may have lost a minute. Like, did I disappear on your screen? Point.
You did, but I don't think recording will get affected by that.
Well, let's fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. But let me check that, folks. Yeah, he was not out 42.
And I think if Ollie Pope gets strangled down, that would have been their partnership. In each innings, there's been one or two big partnerships, and that's it. So I think that was their partnership. It just happened to get broken. I think England probably still got a partnership or two in them tomorrow. if they get through it and settle in, get the pace of the wicket, and then figure out a technique to
though?
survive.
And Stokes.
Well, this is it. Stokes is still
Root is
about.
still there.
My bigger concern is the fact that Ben Stokes is still sitting there with 2 days left to play.
Nah, man, too much to do.
No,
Too
do
much
you know
to do,
what?
man.
If Root and Stokes get going, they have the ability within them, right, to do that Dravid Lakshman thing India done against Australia. But they could. They both have been. Root's in that good of form.
2001.
Root's in that good of form right now, and Stokes is just Stokes. He'll just come out of nowhere and just take a game.
Well, I want to see Root use his feet, because for me, he's still going back too much. So the balls that he should be going full, he's getting caught on the crease.
I don't know. You got lucky with that review, right?
Well, he was not out. It wasn't lucky, but yeah, it was close.
It was very, very close.
Yeah, it was very close.
Because you could
So-
see he was a bit lost. He didn't know where to go. Like he was just he looked very stranded, and that's why it happened.
So I don't think what he's done before says that he can survive here and battle all of the innings, but he's definitely got it in him as a person who could develop that technique and learn on the go. But what he done in the first test match, or what he done in Sri Lanka, doesn't count here, because he's not going to be able to sweep his way out of this. He's got to pick that length, go forward, and pick that length and go back, and then sweep only selectively.
Well,
Whereas
that's what-
before he was just sweeping blind.
Well, that's what Dan Lawrence has been doing quite well, in my opinion. I think
He's still in?
he's still there.
Yeah, he has actually. He has.
He has.
He's been playing well. Yeah, I think that's the key wicket.
It is. I think because look, England bat deep, man. Essentially,
deep.
because
Very deep.
Yeah,
Leach
man, they
came
also
in.
batted deep in the first innings, man.
No, it's true.
Broad
It's
bats at
true.
number 11 though. Broad bats at 11. He was almost an all rounder at one point in time before somebody
Poor
knocked his
Aaron.
block off. Was it
Aaron,
Aaron?
Aaron.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it was. I remember you
Aaron.
saying. Yeah,
we had this discussion.
yeah.
But no, so England have it all to do. We'll discuss that a bit later, but I think we need to take a moment for a couple of good knocks in the Indian second innings. So first was a very watchful 62 from Kohli, it was different to
It was gritty. It was gritty.
yeah, it's not his typical flamboyant sort of innings. Do you know what I mean? He ground it out, which was really nice to see. It was a change. It showed that I have that in my locker if I wanted to play it.
I think we called it 2 days ago, though, didn't we? He almost when he was striding, he was still positive in his shots, but he wasn't overly aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know, his strike rate was only 41, so
Yeah.
that just tells you
Maybe
he was.
he's not in form, like Kohli form.
No, I think he's in form. You almost have to play within yourselves on these kind of wickets. You let your feet be positive, but you don't let your hands be overly positive and reach for things that you shouldn't be reaching for.
I think that's what he done quite well, and
Yeah, play
analysed
close.
his techers as well. On
His adjustment was good, I
Channel
felt.
4. Yeah, the
when
way
they,
he played against.
Moving right across and then angling the bat properly.
So the difference between him and when he was facing Leach and when he was facing Moeen Ali was two different approaches completely. And so his approach to playing Moeen Ali was actually to play him away from his body and just sit deeper in. Whereas against Jack Leach, he played a lot closer to his body, didn't open up as much.
Yeah,
I think he was so disgusted with himself in the first innings. He thought, I'm not getting out. I'm not
Yeah.
getting out to that like that again.
Especially to Mo and Ali.
Owen's
Yeah.
the man. He bowled well again.
It's got him five times, isn't it, or something? Is
But
that the stat?
I think-
took 5 wickets for 300 runs.
I think a topic that needs to be raised here, which we've previously hit upon, but it's now becoming more likely a scenario, is Rahane. Like I'm all for him being in the team, but he only scored 10 in the second innings and got out quite rubbish, if I'm honest with you.
I'm not saying
didn't
no
see it.
words.
I didn't see. I didn't see.
Look, I said I want him in my team. I'll still pick him, but he's got to come big at some point, right? Is it? Am I trying to expect too much?
He done well
Yeah.
in the first innings, so I think he's brought himself another test match or two with that one knock. But I think that's what he does. He buys himself a test match or two, and then it almost looks like he's about to go out the team, and then he'll come up with another knock. So it's that consistency that we're not seeing from him. He comes up with these special knocks now and again, but you just want to see it more frequently, don't you, from him? For somebody who's meant to be that class player. And he looked good. He looked really good in the first innings.
Yeah. But the second, not as much. But let's not dwell too much, and let's talk about the hometown boy, which Stig didn't even mention, Ravi Chandran Ashwin.
Yeah, I didn't mention him. I knew you were going to bring him up anyway.
Yeah, no, but as in you only said, "Oh, Washington's the guy, hometown boy. He knows the pitch."
No.
da, da, da."
No, because he was in a questionable selection. Ashton's selection is never in question, man.
No, of course, but yeah, what a game so far for him. 5 wickets in the first innings, and in the second batting innings, 106 of 148 balls.
Different
Mate,
level, man. Different level to everyone.
First
Do you know
time
what
he's
was
done it in his
telling?
career.
Do you know what's telling for me? When he was in the first innings after Virat Kohli got out, he was sitting next to Virat Kohli, and I think they were talking about the batting, and he came out and he tried to play like he did today, but he got out. Right? He was doing that big stride to the ball, getting to the pitch, playing aggressive, and I think he just carried that mindset on, and it just worked for him.
Yeah, like, look, man, the way he was taken to the spinners, it was like there was no turn and bounce.
Because
And,
he was getting to the pitch, wasn't he?
Yeah.
and do you know what? He gave
Mother, yeah.
England 3
The
separate
runaround.
opportunities. No, he gave 3 big chances.
Half ones.
Yeah, just-
No, I wouldn't even say half. I think 2 of the 3 were definitely they should have been dealt with.
So what were they?
didn't
One
see them.
stumping.
One stumping, the Stokes
Re-
catch.
Stokes catch when he was quite close.
Yeah,
To Broad.
yeah. And
Tough catch.
there was a third one. I can't remember what it was.
I think it was another edge, maybe at the end when he got his 100, that went over the top. It wasn't to hand.
No, there was a third,
think
more obvious one.
The folks stumping was really tough.
Well, that's what I wanted to get in your insight on, actually. Folks has actually been quite good behind the stumps generally.
He's been incredible, yeah. I think
That's what it is. Ashwin didn't give 3 chances; he gave 2. But Folks missed 3 opportunities behind the stumps. So
he was
in that
he was
innings.
standing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was standing up to
You
the quick.
stand up to Broad as well, innit?
Yeah,
he was.
and I think the commentators were getting on my nerves as well. They was like, "Oh, if he goes back, he could have taken that." But if he goes back, that chance isn't there. The batsman comes out his crease and it's not hitting that rough bit. This is
I
what
thought
people
you-
don't understand.
I thought you might have been getting peeved about that, JP. I was watching that
Who
video.
did
Yeah,
Stokes
I
drop?
was thinking
Stokes
Digger's going to
dropped
disagree with
somebody,
that.
yeah.
Stokes
They just
dropped
don't understand.
Ashwin.
He
Oh,
kept so
Broad,
well.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's a, I think he's a wicket keeper, despite the chances he put down.
No, but the chance from the stumping from Ashwin off, who was it? Was it Broad? Or was it a spinner? I can't remember. Might be Broad. It hit the toe end of his bat, didn't it? And then it went through to Folks, and Ashwin was halfway down. So he had no chance of collecting that.
I think you just got to look at Rohit stumping to see what kind of reactions he actually has, man. He's lightning.
He was amazing. Like,
Yeah,
I'd say he
incredible.
missed 3, but he still had a great keeper performance. To be honest with you, I thought he's been marvelous.
It's been good to
It's
watch.
his first
It's been
time
good
in
to watch.
India, right?
Yeah,
For Folks.
like
Yeah.
we've previously talked about glovesmen, like who's the best, and he's pushing on that door very hard.
Yeah,
he's
it's so
looks very good.
unfortunate that
in India as well, mate.
Mm.
It's not easy.
But true glovesmen don't get the credit they deserve and don't find a spot in the team just for their work behind the stumps anymore.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which is fair enough because everyone needs to bat and they need to have the X factor and get the balance right, etc. But I think for Folks, he's definitely up there in terms of how good he is with his gloves, and his batting showed he's got the game to adjust as well. I don't know, probably not the favourite in home conditions, but abroad, definitely on a turning pitch, he's got the technique to survive. And
Would
do
you
well.
take him ahead of Josh Butler then, if he had two of them in contention for selection?
I'll take him over.
Jigger would drop one of the openers.
What, and have Butler up top?
Nah, well, the thing they always say Butler's the X factor. He is the X factor.
He is.
So I think it's hard to drop him. I wouldn't drop Butler in any other conditions outside of Asia, but his work behind the stumps, how quickly he is on Royt's both of his stumpings, or maybe even 3 stumpings that were close for Royt, and his hands just
Yeah.
didn't give. His hands didn't
Even
give. He got the ball and he just went straight at the
Pujara's
stump.
run out. Pujara's run out. How quick was he as well?
Mm,
He was very quick.
Nice
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, Pope had great reactions to get that ball in, but that ball wasn't over the stumps. That was wide of his arc, and he had to bring it back in. And he still got in. But obviously, partly Pujara lost his bat, but nonetheless, that is you need those quick hands. That's awesome. Like generally in the county game, he's regarded very highly for his glove
Yeah.
work.
It'll
Like,
be good to see.
technically, Rory Burns at Surrey is actually a keeper, but folks keeps the gloves away from him. And I'm quite sure as well. Man, I'm going to check this. Ollie Pope is a keeper too.
A lot of keepers.
Yeah,
You play for Surrey as well, right?
yeah.
But I like Ollie Pope, but I'll probably take folks behind the gloves and get rid of Ollie Pope if I had to keep Butler in there as well. But then I don't think you can take Butler's gloves away because he's not done anything wrong yet. So
Yeah.
just enjoy watching him keep and bat in this India series and see where he is at the end, I guess.
Yeah, so he does keep as well. He's a part-time keeper,
Who?
Ollie Pope.
Oh,
So England, like, throw Johnny Bairstow into the mix as well. Their whole team is just wicket keepers, basically. Literally. And well, that's another thing. Like, should Bairstow be in India right now?
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
what?
a batsman,
number?
maybe.
Yeah, as a batsman, not as a keeper.
Oh, not as a keeper. No. As a batsman, I think England missed a trick here.
Yeah, he
I
would
think-
get into that side, would he not? At number
He's been playing.
what I
He,
thought.
he should be number 3.
3?
He should be number 3, or you drop Sibley, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Sibley.
because
top
Johnny
of that-
Bairstow's played a lot of IPL now. He's played, I think, nearly 4 seasons in a row.
Sibley's played better than Burns.
But they're bringing him back for the
He
T20, aren't they?
has, but my general preference, I prefer Burns over Sibley.
Yeah.
Same.
That's my personal little thing. Like I wouldn't drop Dan Lawrence. I think like I followed him in the county game, and he just needs time to settle in.
Is he?
No.
What
He's-
county team does he play for? Essex.
Yeah, he's been key to
Oh,
that.
shit.
Essex have won a couple of titles back to back and stuff, and
Yeah.
he's been key. in
County
it.
championship.
Yeah, he's been very key.
Well, what's the Chelsea's wicket saying now? What does it produce? Is it a seamer's wicket?
It does everything because you have Stephen Harmer, the captain. So obviously, skipper needs his their pitch to turn for him. Do you know what I mean?
Chris Masters still plays for Essex. That guy's a stalwart, man.
Don't know about that. He's old now.
No,
He's not-
Dave Masters. Sorry, Dave Masters. Keep her up.
was he not Kent?
No, that's Darren Masters, no? Oh, whatever. We
But
digress.
We digress. We digress. I wanted to give a little shout out though, but I don't know if it's acceptable or not. But my guy Moeen Ali, he picked up 8 in the match.
Yeah,
He's
for
still not getting the
600.
credit he deserves from the
No.
commentators.
I don't think so. I think they're mocking him.
And me.
They are.
I think they're truly mocking him. Like, was it? You got more wickets than Leach.
He picked up 8, and they're still talking about how expensive he is. Yeah, fair enough, he was, but he picked up 8 wickets as an all-rounder.
Yeah, but look, let me turn to
They
my
take the piss
good
out of him.
friend Stiggy up there. Stiggy, as a fellow off spinner, It don't matter about that economy, does it? What's your job?
Not, mate, not when you've got 8 in the test match, man. It looks like economy when you've got 8 in the test match.
Not when you got Virat twice.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
Listen, man. If you roll the videos back, yeah, I've touched on Moeen Ali and the agenda. I promise you, I've touched on
why
that.
are you trying to hunt for points here? Why are you trying to
I'm
hunt
not.
for points?
I'm just telling you. I've said this already.
Let me have my moment, man.
Go for it.
Jesus.
Sorry,
Such a-
Skeet.
Oh,
Shit.
But another topic that's been harping on about for the last few days has been the condition of the pitch. Obviously, it was deteriorating from day one. We spoke about it after
know.
day one. I wasn't too pleased, but are people a bit wrong? Has the pitch actually not been as bad as it could have been, and the batsmen just aren't playing well?
Yeah,
Because
I think that's it, right? When
if
you're in and you've got
two
a
batsmen
partnership,
can
it's
score
not bad.
hundreds,
Mm.
I don't think it's a bad pitch.
Mm.
And
It's
especially
turning
when
more
one
than
of them's your
usual, but it's not
all-rounder.
bad. It's turning. It doesn't make a turning pitch doesn't make it a bad pitch, innit?
No.
The ball isn't dying. You know what I mean? There's not the bounce isn't uneven.
But one of the Indians, I think it was Axar Patel. So he came out after and he's like, we don't understand why people are complaining. It's like when we go to like Australia, England, whatever, yeah, and there's extra grass on the pitch, we don't sit there complaining. Like,
Think
that's what
about it,
is,
Dills,
isn't it?
right? If you're watching a test match that's being played in England, that's going to be decided on how well your bowlers swing the ball and how well your batsmen leave or play the swinging ball. If
Yeah.
you go to Australia, that
How
test
you
match
play
should be
the fast.
decided on, how you play the bounce, the extra bounce, and the extra pace, and how you deliver that. If you go to India or you go to Asian conditions, why should it be
spin.
on pace or bounce? It should be just simply on
Yeah,
the spin and bounce, how well you deliver that and how well you play that. That's it.
yeah,
I don't
completely.
get this
I think there's
conditions. We
been
don't need Indian conditions to be like English conditions or New Zealand conditions or Australian conditions. They're bloody Indian conditions.
it's been too critical. It's been too critical. Like even who's it? Was it
Strauss.
Sanu Gavaskar? Even one of our own was complaining, and I was like, do you know
What?
what? No, yeah.
How it?
What was I? Yeah, no. It was. Sorry to Mr. Gavaskar, the boss man. It was
it won't
Arsene
be him.
Mandraker.
Sanjay.
Yeah, he's
He didn't play.
truly
He
loves
didn't play
to be.
cricket. He didn't play cricket at the high level, did he? He was
He
at
did.
Mark
He did.
Nicholas. Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
He was very anti Kohli as well for a bit, wasn't he? I remember when Kohli was going at him.
Not even Kohli. Do you know who his biggest enemy has been?
Who?
Ravi Jadeja. Him and
Really?
Jadeja.
Is it?
And oh my gosh,
People don't rate him though. The Indian players don't rate him as a commentator or a pundit.
I don't. He's
I don't
literally
either.
he's so biased against India. It don't matter who they're playing. He just hates it. He honestly hates India. And what he
Clickbait.
likes to do, he likes to target a player for a short period of time. He likes to just pick on one person, right?
Saying that, yeah, I think pundits are not accountable for their comments as much as they should be. Your post when you posted that thing about was it Michael Vaughan, his tweet a couple years ago. What was that tweet, Dills?
The tweet went along the lines. Let me get it up. Bear with me.
Something about flat pitches, right?
So in 2019, during India versus South Africa in India, Michael Vaughan tweeted, "Test match cricket pitches in India are boring. The first 3 to 4 days, the contest is far too in favour of the bat. Needs more action for the bowler. My thought of the day."
And then
It's
when you
salty,
produce
man.
something
It's
that's a
salty.
bit more in favour of the bowler,
Do
he
you know
says
what?
complete
Bear with
opposite.
me, yeah.
Did he come back and say something else?
I think I'm gonna let me get up his.
Or did he like mention the pitch type recently?
No, he was mentioning the pitch recently, him and Vaughan.
Ah.
But there's a lot of runs have been scored on this pitch, and we're in day 4. And there's only been one team that has batted badly. So is it the pitch or is it
Happening
technical?
team.
Do you know what I mean? And Folks has batted well, Ollie Pope has batted well, and shown they can do it. So it's not the pitch.
He has mentioned something here.
In any case, it can't be the pitch, especially when runs have been scored on it, big runs.
And the ball has not stayed low. It's not rolled along the ground. You know what the ball's going to do. It's going to turn and bounce. If the ball's inconsistent, if you hit the same spot and one turns and bounces and one goes along the floor, then you say, okay, that's a shit pitch.
Right.
But
So
has it done that?
he has tweeted in the last day or two, and so the one I'm going to highlight is it's entertaining cricket as things are happening all the time. But let's be honest, the pitch is a shocker. Not making any excuses, as India have been better, but this isn't a test match 5-day prepared pitch. And looking at his tweets, generally that's his thing. It's not just targeting India. He's actually mentioned other places as well. But his point being, Test cricket, they need to prepare pitches which are going to last and make the game go for 5 days, not 4 days or 3 days. Essentially,
Yeah,
let's just be real. Most
Yeah,
likely,
but you can't say that and then say that you're producing flat pitches that do nothing on day 1, 2, and 3.
but see, look how his opinion has changed in all that time.
Let me guess. He wants to change the Indian weather as well, yeah, to
Girls,
overcast and
you know what you need to do? Have you got a Twitter account?
I do.
You need to tweet him or reply to that recent tweet and just copy and post that picture in there. of
Yeah,
your
do you know what my
tweet.
Twitter is though? My wing thing. It will say winging it.
All
It's
right,
all right.
Literally.
boys, I gotta jump off. Yeah.
Do you want to quickly give me your predictions?
I think England do okay. They recover slightly. They might bat until post lunch, just before tea, and they'll get all out with about 200 behind, but be a decent performance, respectable. 250 odd they'll put on. Maybe
Alright.
just after tea. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Respect to it. All right, Mr. Patel. Catch you soon.
Cool.
See you later,
Thanks
JP.
for that.
Blessings.
Take care, boys. Bye.
Yeah.
All right. So while we're all here, well, the rest of us still remain. Sir Stingington, you're looking at your watch eagerly there. Yeah,
No, I was just checking. I was just checking. I don't know. It's only a matter of time, isn't it? I can't see England pulling off the win. Although, again, it would be epic, right? Massive run chase. How epic would it be if they chase it out? They're not going to. I reckon they see out tomorrow, I think. And I reckon they get bowled out on day 5.
Yeah. All right. So I'll give you that. Right, Al.
Game done tomorrow, man. Maybe just before or after tea.
Right. Any
Done.
standout performances for either of you?
You may get some runs from Stoke. You may get some runs from Butler. I'm going for Ashton for another 5.
Butler's not playing.
How's Butler not playing?
Oh my god.
So Stokes. I don't think Root's do more runs. Stokes. Yeah, just an alley maybe with a little hand.
Possibly.
I'm going with Root to end up with 100.
But yeah, the game ain't lasting into day 5, more or less.
Oh yeah. So I'm going with it'll be done before tea tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think
Stand up
Root-
performance.
I think Root will
Rally.
get some runs. I think Stokes will get some runs, but that's it. They'll have a little partnership, but one of them will fall, and with it, the House of Cards will fall with it.
Who for the wickets? Who for the wickets?
He's gonna get a fifer again. He's just a boss in it right
Wow. To
Like,
cement
just
the man of
fire.
the match display.
now, mate. Because he's on this mad run of form. Even for like coming from Australia to here, and he's still just firing away. Like in Australia, he's done very well for an off spinner.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Do you
did.
mean? And like he's
He
just a
gets
simple
bounced,
finger
doesn't he?
spinner. Do you know what? It's his variations. He varies everything: flight, speed, the type of delivery. He can bowl the one that goes away comfortably.
Oh. If you watch him, I like to watch his interviews and stuff. Yeah, and he's got his own channel. Like he helps youngsters and all that stuff. Yeah, he's a student of the game. You know, He's always learning. I promise you, if you ever watch
Yeah.
his videos,
Can you not remember a couple of years ago, he came out and said, "Ah, I want to add variation to my game, so I've started to learn to bowl leg spin now. So now
Yeah.
I'm able to bowl a leg spin delivery within my set if I wanted to."
he's a student of the game, man. Even at his age and his experience, he's always
It's
learning.
mad to think he came in as a batsman originally into
Did he
cricket.
actually?
So he started cricket as a batsman, and then bowling came to him after. But initially, yeah, middle order batsman.
Boy, he's slowly rewriting history, mate.
He is. I'm looking forward to it. Like we haven't got many years left of him, so
Enjoy him while we can.
enjoy him, innit? No, one of the